Hello. Hello again. Did you know that the shape of the structure also influences the way sounds travel? So in this case, um, would you believe na kapag ikaw nagsalita dito, doon sa baba, yung stage na yan, maririnig ka hanggang itaas. So I'm not sure if the people back then, sobrang lakas lang ng boses o sobrang lakas lang ng pandinig ng lahat ng tao or uh there's something here na pwede nating matutunan about how sound is perceived. Okay? So itong structure na to, you can draw a parallel dun sa previous lecture wherein nasa recording studio harap nung artist, recording artist, merong naka-concave na na barrier para ma-concentrate yung sound. So, this works the same way, but we'll discuss that in better detail later on. So, this is, we already discussed about speech intelligibility. Ano-ano naman yung kailangan nating malaman about designing for speech? Ano ba yung specific use ng room? Is it for debate? Is it for theater, courtroom, multipurpose hall, or lecture hall? So, although lahat ng ito is focused on having the best speech intelligibility, it really depends upon what type of speech are we talking about. When we say debate, okay, so dalawa yung focal points niyan. You have mostly dalawang camp or uh, dalawang sides to a debate and then there is one moderator, tama ba? Sa theater, you have multiple people speaking and in many cases they also apply music. Merong there's music involved. Sa courtroom, you have several people speaking and then many are in the audience. Multipurpose hall, again, for many different uses. Pwedeng gathering, it can also be used as a dining hall. It can also be used for sports. Lecture hall, mainly for lecture discussions. Okay, so you need to know what the room is gonna be used for. For multiple purpose hall, when you design the space, when you think about the materials to use, alin alin yung mahihit nito na usage ng room. So before we even design, it's really important that we talk to our client what really is your intention for this space. Okay? Dapat ba ano siya, multipurpose siya? Puwede kasing sabihin nung kliyente, "Ay, ito lang i-use niyan, pero later on, I want it converted to this one." So, we need to think ahead. Kapag sinabi ng client, itong room na 'to ay office, tanungin mo siya, "Ma'am, sir, itong room na 'to na gusto niyo maging office ngayon, later on magiging bedroom ba siya? Is it gonna be a spare bedroom? Or are you going to convert it to something else in the coming years?" We need to know para makapag-design ka appropriately. Now, if it's going to be converted later on, yung mga materials ba na nilagay mo pwedeng tanggalin? Pwede bang palitan agad-agad? So that it will not give them additional cost later on. So yun, know what is the specific use of room, saan yung mga main speakers, okay? Saan mo ifo-focus yung mga materials mo that reflect sound, that absorb sound, and so on. If you need additional speakers, saan mo ipe-place? Okay? So that is designing for speech. Hindi lang nakalagay dito yung mga convention halls because pwede rin 'yan eh. Convention halls, churches, okay? So when you're going to design a church building or a worship hall, it is very important na yung preaching, or kung ano mang sinasabi, rinig hanggang likod. Okay? So, ang goal nito when you're designing for speech, everybody hears. And everybody hears clearly. That's very important. Hindi garbled na yung sound pagdating sa dulo o sa gilid-gilid. Okay? How about the factors affecting the clarity of speech? Wala na dito yung kung may speech impairment yung nagsasalita. Okay, that's no longer our problem. Ang ano natin, ang concern natin, what if there is no speech amplification system? Walang speaker, walang microphone. Ang consideration natin dapat below 30, yung dB na yan is decibels. The noise level which let's specify background noise. Ano-ano yung background noise, mga bulungan. We can also consider yung kung malapit siya sa kalsada, that should also be minimized. Lahat ng yan below 30 decibels. So, there is still some room na may konting noise ka pa na maririnig from outside or from the adjacent room, but it is manageable below 30 decibels. Tolerable pa siya. Ano pa? Sound pressure level at the listener's ear. Ano yung hearing ability ng ating listeners? There is an average level of hearing ability na hindi naman mabibingay yung mga audience mo at hindi naman sila magsa-struggle na pakinggan yung speaker. Ano pa? Reverberation time. Mamaya sa susunod na i-define natin yung reverberation. Let me just clear it, no, reverberation is not echo. Magkaiba yung dalawa. Okay? Ano pa yung factors that affects it? Shape of the room. Kanina pinakita natin what um what an amphitheater looks like. So yung concave na shape noon also affects how the sound travels and how it bounces back to the speaker. Kasi as a speaker, you also need to hear yourself. Minsan nagkakaproblema, especially when you're in a concert, if you're going to participate in a choir, you should be able to hear the accompaniment and you should be able to hear yourself. Pagdating sa speech, it's the same thing. If you're a speaker, naririnig mo ba yung sarili mo? Because the tendency of some speakers, pag akit sa stage, hindi niya dinig ang sarili niya, some speakers are already shouting through the microphone. Nabibingi na yung mga audience and then yung sound engineers, yung mga technician, bababaan yung volume. Hindi naman niya marinig yung sarili niya, so dapat merong sound na pabalik sa kanya. So, it's really important. So, when you shape the room, you also affect the way the speech is clear. So, again, let me reiterate, hindi lang yung audience yung importante, pati yung speaker should also be able to hear uh, his own speech. Okay? Ano pa? Sound quality. Yan, enjoyability na enjoy ba, pleasant ba yung sound. So when you are designing for music, there are important factors such as loudness. Depende sa musical instrument kung gaano sila ka-loud. Okay, kung gaano pa, saan mo sila ipepwesto para marinig ng audience at para maging balanse lahat ng musical instruments. If the theater is a fit for an orchestra or a concert, na orchestra ang magpo-perform, so we have to be able to design properly kasi hindi lahat yan malakas yung may variation doon sa loudness ng instrument. Ano pa reverberation? It is the amount of reverberant sound that is required. So minsan there's a certain level of reverberation na maganda na hindi siya yung parang ang dating niya parang umuugong siya. Pero not in a way that it sounds like an echo, which is unpleasant to hear. Definition, clarity. Pag nakikinig ka ba ng isang concert, na ano mo ba, nadidistinguish mo ba, for example, if it's a choir or a choral, nadidistinguish mo yung sound ng soprano from alto, from tenor, from bass. Okay? And then kung may baritone or may iba pang parts doon sa dun sa piyesa na kinakanta. Ano pa? Sa orchestra, are you able to distinguish the instruments? Bukod dun sa time na nakasolo yung flute or nakasolo yung piano. So, pag sabay-sabay na sila, although magkakasama sila and they are in harmony, are you able to distinguish? So, maganda yan. Maganda yung nadidistinguish mo pa rin. Fullness of tone. Nagbe-blend ba ng maayos? Successive notes and chords pag naririnig. Kasi, uh, pag nakinig na kayo sa orchestra, I'm not sure kung ilan sa inyo have already experienced this. Pero there's also a play on how loud they play the instrument. And then, there are times na kailangan soft or kailangan strong with conviction, yung pagkakatugtog or pagkakakanta. So, yung fullness of tone, are they able to blend? Na-appreciate ba natin pag mataas, pag mababa, yung intensity ng music? Ano pa? No obvious faults. No noticeable echoes. Yung echoes kasi, halatang halata yan eh. 'Di ba? Kung napanood na ninyo yung mga movie ni Rene Requestas, yan nga yung kasama yan sa mga punchline, 'di ba? So, yeah, noticeable echoes and dead spots. Pag sinabi nating dead spot, for example, sa isang theater, dapat lahat ng upuan, saan ka man umupo, rinig mo ng buo yung performance. Pag sinabi nating dead spot, yan yung ma-identify mo o dito banda, hindi buo yung performance. May mga ibang notes or ibang part ng music or mga instruments na hindi dinig from this specific area or space. Kailangan maiwasan yon. Okay? Ano pa? Intimacy or presence. It is the sense of being enclosed in a space and envelope. Ayan, ganda nung term. Envelope in the sound field. Okay? So, meron tayong time delay. Hindi natin may iwasan yan, especially when you are designing a big space. So, there is a delay between the direct sound and the first reflection because sound is being reflected. So, the direct sound, for example, from the speaker or from the music, the source of music, to the audience, that is the direct sound, and then magbabounce. Okay? From the material, from the wall, from the people who are watching, lahat ng surfaces kung saan pupunta ang sound, it will also reflect. Therefore, nakakapag-develop tayo ng reverberation and hopefully everything is heard in balance. But there are times na nagkakaroon ng dead spot and may echoing naman na sobra in some parts of the room which we have to avoid. Ano pa? Sa musician, we also have to work with musicians. If you're designing a theater, the room should respond to their instruments. Ite-test yung kada instrumento kung how well does it sound in the space. It means that some sound should be reflected back to them from the listening area, pero iwasan ang echo. Reverberation is fine, echo is not. The musicians should be able to hear each other. Ayan. So, ang dami kasing tengang involved dito. Hindi lang yung listener, pati yung musicians because they are taking cues from one another, especially in an orchestra. So, nakatingin ka sa conductor which should show the timing and how loud you should play the instrument. But you also take cues from one another. Kung magkakatabi kayo, you should be able to hear the other instruments as well para merong hudyat kung kailan papasok yung flute, kung kailan yung bass, yung cello, and the other instruments kasi they have to be in harmony. Not only sa tono, but also sa timing. Ngayon, kung may sobra ang delay niyan, hindi talaga yan magsasabay-sabay yung instrument. Kung sa kanila pa lang, delay-delay na. Okay? So, some testing is involved. And now, the ultimate test for a room or hall intended for music is, of course, listen to a live performance. And many times, some sound engineering is also extensively used, lalo na kapag may mga to enhance the sound. An experienced listener moving about the hall. So habang nagte-test, yung experienced listener, lipat-lipat-lipat siya ng pwesto so that there is no dead spot. And if that listener has identified a dead spot, there are mechanisms in place or there are para ma-deflect yung sound or ma-reflect back to that space wherein na-identify nila na dead spot. So they should be able to detect the presence of any faults, saan mahina yung music, saan sobrang lakas, okay, and design accordingly or pag naka-design na to make adjustments. Sound reflectors and sound absorbers are often used. Ayan. So, makikita ninyo pag pumunta kayo ng mga theater, when you go watch a play or an orchestra performing, mapapansin ninyo there are waves in the ceiling. There are materials na parang may mga panels na naka-angle a certain way because they are supposed to reflect the sound and to make sure that it's balanced all throughout the space para makuha natin yung desired acoustical condition. So, meron tayong mga suspended overhead reflectors. When you go to another theater with live performances, tumingala kayo and you will see some of them. Sound absorbers, para saan naman? It absorbs the sound, lalo na pag sobra. So every surface of a room and every object within it will absorb sound to some degree. Kaya nabanggit ko earlier na kapag maraming tao sa room, parang ang hirap magkarinigan kahit tahimik kayong lahat because yung mga damit natin, the fabric we are wearing, and tayo, our skin, lahat ng surfaces will absorb sound to some degree. Pag ang object is hard and smooth, such as wall na smooth, walang kahit anong padding or anything, it will absorb less sound. Now, if it has texture, the tendency is for it to absorb sound. Okay? So, if it's soft, porous, such as carpet, upholstery, and people, ayan, kasama tayo, mas mag-a-absorb yan ng sound. Kaya pansinin nyo, sa kuweba, mag-isa ka, pag sumigaw ka, may echo. Okay? Kasi smooth, possibly smooth yung surface or madaming area wherein your sound will be reflected back to you. Okay? So, yan yung general ano na yan. Kaya, yun din yung purpose ng upholstery. An empty room will have echoes. Once na maglagay ka ng furnishing, ng furniture, nilagyan mo na ng cortina, there is less echo because sound is being absorbed. Now, tingnan natin, how does it work? Ito yung mga panel sound absorbers. Pwede nating ilagay sa ating structure, sa interiors para mabawasan yung pag-echo or mabawasan yung sound. Okay? So, pwedeng plate that is mounted in front of a rigid wall. Okay? So, it behaves the same way as a spring mass system wherein if it receives vibration, it will not be transferred to the rigid structure. It works as a spring, gaganyan-ganyan lang po yan. Although it's not something that you will notice visibly, hindi siya magiging halata, but that's how it works. So when a sound wave impinges on the system will tend to be set into vibration, and then the maximum transfer of energy occurs when the frequency of the incident sound energy is the same as the resonant frequency of the system. Yan po yung computation sa taas. So, meron tayong given na mass of panel, okay, gaano ito kabigat per square meter, and then the distance ng panel from the rigid structure, which is D. Mapapansin nyo dito. Ito. Okay? So, importante that it is suspended or it is away from the rigid structure, hindi didikit pag nag-vibrate. Okay? Mounted lang siya on 2 points or more. Okay? Pero hindi siya dikit na dikit. If you want to use this one. Okay? Meron din tayong tinatawag na resonator absorbers. Okay? So, ito naman, um, meron tayong mass of air or nasa neck. Ayan, nakaturo dito. Ito yung kanyang cross-section. Okay? And then may pressure, may mass, may spring. Again, importante hindi siya nakadikit doon sa mismong wall ninyo. Okay? When the sound wave impinges doon sa neck, okay, it will be set into vibration. Magva-vibrate ito. Okay? And the friction causes the sound energy to be absorbed and not transferred to the wall. Okay? So, it is important na hindi yan magkadikit na magkadikit para hindi mag-transfer yung vibration. So, this simplest type of resonant absorber is called a Helmholtz resonator. Okay? So, importante din tong volume of air na to. Yung parang void na yan. Okay? Kasi, doon magta-travel yung ating sound wave. Next, pag rigid naman ang structure mo, meron tayong perforated panel absorbers. Okay? Again, there is some distance between the rigid structure and your perforated panel absorbers. Kung mapapansin ninyo sa mga conference halls, may mga butas-butas. Nakadikit siya sa wall. There is some distance between it and the wall. So, it consists of a panel or plate na pwedeng dugtong-dugtong, pwedeng uh, naka-place siya aesthetically, pwedeng may pattern, okay? Punch pattern of holes mounted in such a way as to enclose an airspace. That airspace is really important, okay? So, the slots or holes form the necks of the resonators. Yung kanina, magta-travel papunta doon yung sound, it will not directly go to your rigid structure, but doon sa airspace. Okay? So, parang pinalaki lang ito na resonator absorbers. Ano pa? So, pwede rin to. Perforated panel absorbers, may porous material ka sa likod, which can be a foam. Okay? So, most commonly, ganyan, may perforated panel ka, there's another layer of foam. And then, airspace, some space lang dito para to further dampen the sound, and then your rigid structure. So, this consists of a panel or plate mounted in such a way to enclose an airspace. Okay? And then, meron kang cavity wherein uh, hindi na makaka-reach sa rigid structure masyado yung sound. We also have functional absorbers wherein pag talagang wala ka na mapaglagyan na surface nung absorbent material, pwede mo tong gamitin. So, pwedeng three-dimensional units of sound-absorbing material na suspended, pwedeng from the ceiling, pwedeng from the wall. Okay? So, uh, pag nakita ninyo may mga theaters na ganyan, akala nyo dekorasyon lang, may bilog-bilog, may mga geometric na 3D materials na para saan kaya yun? Design ba yun? No. They are functional absorbers. Okay? Pwede yan sa mga workshop, wala ka ng space na paglalagyan, a gymnasium, swimming pools, even sa swimming pools because it can really be noisy, mga indoor pools, yan. So, pwede maglagay niya. Akala natin design lang yan, mga hanging na ganun, mga bilog-bilog or mga geometric uh, na three-dimensional na mga items from the ceiling. That is, pag tiningnan nyo, medyo rough yung ano, or parang felt yung material, or uh, meron siyang parang carpet yung material. It looks like that. So, those are functional absorbers. So, these are the items that you may use to dampen sound, to control the level of sound and to redirect it or to lessen it. Or pwede rin naman to reflect the sound to a desired area that probably has a dead spot o may kakulangan doon sa hindi buo yung naririnig na music or sound. So I hope this is understood, and we will go to the next video. We will discuss more about room acoustics and also environmental acoustics.